Hey there, history enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the dramatic fall of one of history's greatest empires, Rome. The Roman Empire, for centuries, stood as a beacon of power, innovation, and culture. But even the mightiest of empires can fall. Over time, a complex interplay of internal and external pressures began to weaken its foundations. Join us as we unravel the intricate tapestry of events that led to the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. From the depths of history, a new threat emerged to challenge the might of Rome. Barbarian tribes, the Goths, Vandals, and Huns, launched wave after wave of attacks, weakening the empire's defenses and sowing the seeds of instability. The constant pressure on the empire's frontiers forced Roman emperors to divert troops and resources away from the core, leaving it vulnerable to internal strife and economic turmoil. Imagine an empire stretched to its breaking point, its once thriving economy now teetering on the brink of collapse. Inflation soared, devaluing the currency and making it difficult for ordinary citizens to afford even basic necessities. This economic instability was fueled by Rome's reliance on slave labor, stifling innovation and creating a society sharply divided between the wealthy elite and the impoverished masses. In 395 AD, the empire was formally split into the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, flourished, becoming a center of trade and culture. In contrast, the Western Roman Empire, plagued by internal strife and economic woes, found itself increasingly vulnerable to external threats. They say that with great power comes great responsibility. But what happens when an empire becomes so vast, so expansive, that it can no longer sustain itself? This was the dilemma facing the Roman Empire. Maintaining control over such a vast empire required a massive and expensive military. This constant military expenditure put an enormous strain on the Roman treasury, draining resources that could have been used for infrastructure, social programs, or economic development. Imagine a government so riddled with corruption that it could no longer effectively govern. Sadly, that was the reality of the later Roman Empire. Officials, motivated by greed and self-interest, lined their own pockets while neglecting the needs of the people. The constant power struggles paralyzed the government, making it impossible to effectively address the empire's growing problems. From the steppes of Central Asia came a new force that would forever alter the course of Roman history: the Huns. Led by the fearsome Attila, the Huns were a nomadic people known for their equestrian skills and ruthlessness in battle. The Huns' advance pushed other barbarian tribes, like the Goths and Vandals, westward, driving them into Roman territory. This mass migration of people, desperate for safety and resources, overwhelmed the empire's borders and further destabilized the region. As the Roman Empire grappled with external threats and internal strife, a new force began to reshape its cultural and religious landscape: Christianity. Once a persecuted sect, Christianity spread rapidly throughout the empire, offering a message of hope and salvation that resonated with people from all walks of life. While Christianity's emphasis on compassion and social justice offered a powerful alternative to the often brutal realities of Roman life, its rise also contributed to the decline of traditional Roman values. For centuries, the Roman legions had been the backbone of the empire, a disciplined and professional fighting force. But by the late Roman Empire, the legions were a shadow of their former selves. Recruitment became increasingly difficult, forcing the empire to rely on foreign mercenaries, who often lacked the loyalty and discipline of Roman soldiers. The fall of the Roman Empire wasn't a single catastrophic event, but rather a slow and agonizing decline. While the Western Roman Empire ultimately crumbled under the weight of its own internal problems and external pressures, its legacy lived on. From its architectural marvels to its legal system to its influence on language and culture, Rome's impact on Western civilization is undeniable. Stay tuned for more fascinating historical insights, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.